welcome to a very special episode of When It Rains, It Pours, everybody. I'm Keith Ray.
I'm John Ray.
And this is kind of a lazy Sunday. You know, we've been chilling. John fed me a gargantuan piece of meatloaf. I really enjoyed that. My great-great-grandmother on my mom's side said never try anybody's meatloaf. It's never any good. Other people's meatloaf.
That's weird.
Yeah.
She only ever ate her own?
I guess so. Or her mom's meatloaf, you know. I don't know if they had meatloaf in the 1800s or... She was born in like 1883 or some shit like that.
Yeah. She was old.
But, you hear of all the bigotry passed down from generation to generation. Hers was like, don't be trying other families' meatloafs. Well, yeah, lazy Sunday, and watch the Colts lose.
Yeah.
To Tom Brady. It's a story that just keeps on being told.
Yep, they had a chance. They were in it the whole game. Couldn't stop the run.
Yeah. I just, John, I am kind of basking. I think I might be mid-bask right now. As far as Broseanne goes, we released it over the weekend. Right now we're pushing 200 views on YouTube, and people are loving it. People are wanting another episode. It's what I love is how much people like the fart. You watched it last night. There's a scene where our younger brother, his character, goes to lay down for a nap, and he just rips this big fart.
Yeah.
And I loved the fart, but to see how much other people love the fart just makes me so happy. It's kind of broad humor, when you just blast a fart at the end of a scene, but I thought it was worth it.
Yeah, it was couch liquor.
Yeah, the big little tip of the hat to the old comfy couch show. I know that was probably a little after your time. But when I was growing up, they used to have a TV show on children's television. I can't remember if it was Nickelodeon or PBS or what, but this show called The Big Comfy Couch, where like everything that they needed for the show was inside the couch cushions. And also couches are a great place to stash things. Firearms, drugs, money, bottles of liquor that you don't want people to know you have. It all can go in the couch cushions.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, you don't really seem like the kind of guy who would stash a bottle of booze in his sofa.
No, just right out on the counter.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you're living good, you can just keep your booze on the counter where anybody can have access to it. But these cats are living in sheds and houses with boards on the windows and shit like that. So I think it's illustrated that perhaps the fact that they need to stash their 100 proof dark eyes inside the couch cushions, that maybe they don't have it together financially.
No.
But really, John, I wanted to tell you about my morning, because I think I had a morning that you have not ever had and will not ever have. It started out like any normal morning for me. I woke up in the camper. It was warm and toasty, no problem there. I've been doing well ever since I got my space heater. Temperature wise, things were golden. I wake up though,
or as I like to call it, the time delayed flamethrower.
Yeah, I do worry about, because tonight when I go home, I'll stop by the camper, plug in my heater, leave, go to the bar for an hour or so, use the bathroom, have a beverage, then come back to the
Take
camper.
a trucker shower in the bathroom of the bar.
I mean,
wash your nuts in the sink.
I do not ever do that. I have access to showers. You've opened the shower of your home to me. Our little brother lets me shower at his place. I don't need to wash my nuts.
2 showers in here.
Yeah. I've taken plenty over at Gil's house. Don't worry. I think I've taken more than 2 showers here since.
I'll believe it when I smell it.
I don't stink today, do I? I took a shower yesterday. No, it was the day before, but still. It was later in the day.
You say.
It's like 36 hours ago. Oh, it's about 48 when you start to feel the funk. But so this morning, it's funny that you mentioned the whore bath in the sink.
I just fact checked it. I need to make a correction. You don't wash your nuts in the sink. You wash your nuts in the back of the tank of the toilet. So it's still clean water, but nobody has to wash their hands in it.
That's probably what was going on this morning. Because here's the thing, right? Like I woke up and sometimes like I have to move my bowels most mornings, Wake up, got to take a shit. But I'm starting to understand why people like having their bathroom, in the same domicile that they live in. Because sometimes you wake up and you're like, I got to take a shit, and you got plenty of time to drive down to Sunoco and get the key from the attendant behind the register, go into the bathroom, do your business, maybe play around on your phone, see what's going on social media, Twitter and Instagram, whatever. And it's just and then you get a fresh cup of coffee on your way out and you're golden. But this morning was a different story. Okay. I kind of broke my dietary restrictions a little bit, what with the holiday and the premiere and stuff. I threw a little Jägermeister into my diet for a couple nights in a row. And when I woke up this morning, it was a catastrophic event that was brewing. Not like I've got lots of time on my hands to go take care of this stuff. I'm talking, I was mudding my cheeks the second I stood up out of bed. And so I'm wiping up, just hoping that I can get in the car and drive to the gas station to go to the bathroom.
So what's funny is all the advancements we got in technology, like almost every single person has a device that fits in their pocket that they can use to access any information they want in the world.
Yeah.
At any time. They can pay their bills, pay their friends. They can tap their phone to a thing at McDonald's to pay for their meal. But the gas station restroom still got a key with a fucking hubcap attached to them.
It's a piece of PVC pipe in this place, but
okay.
Same fucking
Same
shit.
difference. It's like, can't they just have they ought to just have pay bathrooms. That's like, 50 cents for a piss, $1 for a dump. You fucking swipe your card, you're good to go, dude.
That would be, or even if it was just a quarter every time, no matter what you were doing. I mean, I wouldn't see any problem with that business having an extra revenue stream based on allowing people to...
You know what a quarter buys you?
What?
Quarter doesn't even buy you a dime anymore, man. What are you talking? There's a change shortage.
Listen,
everything's $1 or more.
What I'm telling you is these...
if you're going to go to that Sunoco every morning and force one of those employees to clean up the disaster that you leave behind every single day, you should be paying at least $1.
Fair enough. Because
especially the way you eat and drink.
Well, if that would have been...
leaving it looking like The Exorcist. We were talking about The Exorcist earlier.
Yeah.
That's what her mouth looks like your butthole every morning. Or your butthole looks like her mouth every morning.
Well, if they had this pay-to-play system at the gas station, then maybe what happened this morning wouldn't have happened this morning. Because I showed up to the Sunoco, like I said, I had already mudded my cheeks and wiped up back at the camper. So now I've got to go in there and take the actual shit itself. So I go in.
You sharded?
Yeah, like as soon as I woke up, it was like DEFCON 4, get to the Sunoco.
You don't have like an emergency bucket?
I don't have an emergency bucket. The only time I had to take an emergency shit, I just shed on the ground because it was still dark out. But the sun was out. So I couldn't do that this morning. Somebody could drive by and see me taking a dump. So, like I said, I wiped up at the camper, hopped in the fucking van, and gunned it all the way to the Sunoco. But then I walk through the door and I go, hey man, can I get the key to the bathroom? I cut the line. Like there was a line of people buying coffee and smokes and candy and shit. And I'm like, hey, I need the key to the bathroom. And the guy goes, yeah, no problem, buddy. But there's somebody in there right now. So you just have to wait by the door until they come out. So I go over there.
Need some Oriental room dividers. To make yourself a makeshift outhouse outside of your camper.
That's a great idea.
Dig a hole.
That would be so fucking nice. Just like you said, those room dividers, I could take my mallet and pound them down into the ground so that they can't move. That's not a bad idea.
Like you're taking a shit behind a screen that opium den whore would dress behind. Get one with some koi fish and dragons and shit, and then one with some geisha girls.
Yeah.
Bound feet.
With bound feet.
Or whatever.
I think that's China.
I think they all did it. None of them were very nice to women back then.
Yeah, I don't like the thing they do to their necks, where they make their necks all tall. That's
African shit.
I thought that was Southeast Asia. Where they keep adding rings so that they have these super elongated necks. I mean, when their neck is still
African. You might be right. It might be like Cambodia, some of the Cambodian tribes.
When those necks are just 6 inches long, they look pretty fucking hot. But it's when they get I think 9
there's some
necks,
African tribes that do that too.
Well, so basically what happened was I get to the Sunoco and the guy tells
back
me,
to your shit.
Yeah, back to the shit I took this morning. The attendant tells me that there's somebody in the bathroom. And that's fine. Because like I said, I already had the incident. That kind of lightened the load that was technically waiting for this.
It gave you the ability to hold out for a little longer.
For a little longer. Well, then the guy comes out the bathroom 3 minutes later, like a normal taking a shit amount of time.
This was this morning?
Yeah.
And when did you take a shower?
Day before yesterday.
You didn't take a shower today?
No, I didn't take a shower today.
After you shit yourself?
I didn't shit myself. Like I said, it was
you sharded it. That's bad enough.
Well, I washed up.
Your entire ass was caked with mud butt.
I like I said, I washed up.
Also, for as long as you had to wait on this other guy in the Sunoco.
No, I cleaned up before I went to the Sunoco.
What? The hose?
No, I have a jug of water and a big roll of toilet paper that I was given to me by the manager of the bar. One of those giant rolls of toilet paper. I just finished it today. I've been on this.
Yeah, the best kind.
I've been on the same roll of toilet paper for 2 months.
Same kind that goes in offices and airports.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind that sucks dick and does no good for anyone.
It will make you bleed.
Dude, if I had to take a shit at an airport, I didn't even use the toilet paper. I used the seat protectors. I just used the rest of them that were left in there. They were better quality.
God damn. Well, I've never thought to use the seat protectors
Yeah.
when they have.
On that fucking top dog shit.
Well, when they have toilet paper there, I mean, I've used them when they were out of toilet paper. And like this was going down one way or another if you're stuck in that kind of situation.
This was a long time ago.
Well, basically, this guy is in
From
there.
my trip to Arizona.
Like 3 minutes, right? Which is like a normal amount of time to take a shit in a public bathroom. You know? Just
no, zero. 0 minutes of any day is the normal time to take a shit in a fucking gas station bathroom.
Well, I mean,
what the fuck are you, Pops from fucking Friday or some shit?
What are you talking about?
What, when the dude came out, did he say do not go in there for another 35, 45 minutes?
No, that's not what he did.
You had to wait out there with your fucking shit-crusted asshole for that much longer?
No, what he did was...
Or you went straight in and followed him back to back.
Listen.
Like you were running a train on that toilet with your butthole.
The guy who came out the bathroom...
Ass to ass.
The guy who came out the bathroom, I recognized him. Well, he recognized me. He goes, "Hey, you're the guy that had the show the other night." He was at the premiere of Broseanne, and he's a homeless person. So
another thing he has in common with you.
Well,
he was at the tavern Friday night, and he's homeless and shit. Oh, and he shits in the Sunoco every day.
Well,
morning.
Listen to me here. What
you must have slept in today, so your paths usually don't cross.
Well, he's actually homeless. Like, he lives out behind a closed down bar in like a little cut with his wife.
And you live in a broken down camper with a space heater and a jug full of water and a roll of toilet paper.
I'm saying I got it way better than him.
It's people in fucking Austin and New York and California and living in tents that got better living situations than you.
Listen to what I'm saying. Yes, because when it comes to where you're homeless, it's location, location, location. You know, but he comes out the bathroom and he goes, "Hey, man, didn't I see you the other night? Didn't you have the show or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, man."
Yeah, he's homeless, but he has enough money to go to the fucking Midtown Tavern or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the Town Tavern. That's what it's called. And I was like, "Yeah, man. I gotta get in there though." Like, I couldn't stop and like,
can't brag about my show to you, dude. I already shit my pants, so now I really need to finish the job. Okay.
And he goes, "Well, you can't come in to the bathroom yet because my wife is in there."
Oh God.
Yeah. So now I've got to wait for her to come to leave the bathroom, and I did not have that much time.
Did she have to put her makeup on, her Maybelline?
No, bro.
That's how bad the prospects are in Newcastle. Even the homeless dudes that shit in Sunoco's are getting married.
That's what I'm telling you. She's his wife. Okay. He's like, my wife has got my wife is in there. Some people
throw the word wife around a little loosely though.
And she'll be out in a minute. And I'm like,
rings?
I don't think so.
They probably pawn those at some point.
Yeah.
If they have them.
Well, that's where, I mean, this is really gross. Okay. So prepare yourself.
Tis the season, dude. This is the season when I don't want to say the wrong words. Those kind of people I'm not crazy about, they start coming out this time of year.
You're not a fan of many types of people, so I'm not sure. Vagrants?
Vermin.
Vermin?
homeless pieces of garbage.
Well, look,
the unhomed is, I think, the proper term to use.
Unhomed, yes.
The unhoused.
The unhoused. Well, here's what this was. This was some homeless on homeless crime. If you're gonna lump me in with the homeless, I'm telling you right now, this was some homeless on homeless crime because it was already my fucking turn to use the bathroom. Just because you went in there as a couple doesn't mean you get two separate turns.
Probably got a little morning sex while he took a dump.
Well, that's not what they did, because what they did in there, what she was doing in there was cleaning herself, if you know what I mean.
Dude, at this point, I would have gone to, there's more gas stations, dude. Are you that particular to this Sunoco, especially after it's already been defiled by two other unhoused people?
Yes.
People without homes?
That's my bathroom. And also...
Dude, you gotta... Every now and then you gotta take the L. You slept in, you let them get in before you.
I did not.
You should have got up sooner. You wouldn't have shit yourself, and you would have got in the Sunoco toilet before then.
I didn't think that I had time to go to the Speedway across the street.
Once you already shit yourself, you got time to try.
You know,
I wouldn't be just standing there waiting on her.
Here's the thing. I thought I was just waiting on one person to come out the bathroom. But then he's like, "Oh no, my wife's still in there," and he shuts the door.
Yeah, she probably had to dry her hair.
No, she was washing her
fucking
vagina, and I know that because after I was waiting in there, waiting for like 4 more minutes, and sweat's beating up on my forehead, and I'm fucking bent over this fucking rack of soda pop. Just like, oh my God, I'm dying. The gas station cleared out, and I yelled at the attendant guy, who's a friend of mine, like, hey man, I don't think I'm going to make it. This lady's been in there, and her husband already came out, and he's a G. So he just walks right up to the bathroom door, starts pounding away, and goes, hurry up and get the fuck out of there, you know?
Well, that's not right. First come, first serve, dude. If you still got to do some work, she got to do some work.
Well, she hurried up, and she got the fuck out of there like 30 seconds later. But then I walked into the fucking bathroom. And when I say the smell in there gagged me, I mean like a fucking... first-time porno actress. I was just gagging, like, but the thing is, when you strain from like throwing up in your own mouth, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna fucking shit myself again from gagging on the fucking stink from this vagina washing. She was douching out in the sink or something. And luckily, I just kind of swallowed the fucking disgustingness of it.
There's a lot of things, a lot of mistakes that you made that I could point out. But to be honest, I already pointed them out.
Think it's pretty much a lost cause.
When you're in that big of a hurry, you see somebody's in that other bathroom at all, you roll.
That's really the truth. That's what I should have done.
What are you on, 3?
No, I was on Broad Street.
Dude, there's still another gas station.
There is, right across the street.
2 minutes.
I should have just gone to the next gas station. You're 100% right.
You could have walked across. If you didn't want to get in your van and drive across the street, you could have walked across the street and been better off than waiting on the two of them.
Yeah. Well, first off, I assumed it was just another normal person taking a shit.
Oh, yeah, because you're in and out.
Yeah, usually there's people use the public bathrooms.
Who is using all these gas station bathrooms, man?
I just figure people who are on the go and gotta go, you know? But apparently...
I don't know anybody that would use a gas station bathroom around here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah,
I mean, if you were in your worst dire straits, you maybe go to like a fucking fast food place.
that might have been a better idea.
I've
A lot of fast food places are still closed on the inside, though. They don't have the staff, supposedly, to support indoor and outdoor business. But anyway,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't take a lot of shits in public places, I guess.
I am thinking about changing my ways after this experience. Like I'm sitting there in this sauna of stink. It's like a steam room of funk, and I'm like throwing up, and taking a shit at the same time.
At this point, you're beyond redemption. I mean, just stick with what works for you. I mean, you're used to living in filth and being filthy. Roll with it. You gotta be you, dude.
I mean, I try and accept myself for who I am and improve the things that I don't like about myself, and leave the things I do like about myself alone, you know, but really, I might be ready for a change. I might be ready to move back indoors, like a door that's set up to a frame, like a door frame that goes into a sound structure, something like that. You know, I think
you gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta walk before you run. Let's start out by getting those room dividers and shitting in a bucket instead of at the fucking gas station.
Yeah, I probably should do that. It was just the worst experience. I wonder if after Martin Scorsese released Taxi Driver, when he woke up in his camper the next morning, did he have working plumbing in that camper, or did he go down to like a local Italian restaurant and drop a deuce, or maybe he was staying in a hotel. Maybe he had motel money. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure he was staying in a hotel. Or he probably was staying in his own house. He probably lived in New York at the time.
Yeah, like maybe an actual residence.
Yeah, he was just staying in his fucking apartment.
So do you think maybe instead of...
I mean, that wasn't his first movie.
Making a pilot that has little if no hope of ever seeing episode 2 made, you know, getting picked up.
Mean Streets wasn't like a big hit, but it was somewhat successful.
That's the one I meant. I meant Mean Streets. I said Taxi Driver. Mean Streets was the first one. By the time he made
Taxi Driver, he was well known.
Yeah. He probably actually made money from his projects instead of having to live in campers just to make sure that they got made. You know, making sure he had the budget to finish the sound editing and shit like that.
Dude, he could afford fucking De Niro, Albert Brooks, Sybil Shepherd.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dad from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, Peter Boyle.
Yeah, Boyle.
He was the best in Taxi Driver. He's just the nicest guy.
You know he was John Lennon's best man.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Peter Boyle. Best friends.
Really?
BFFs.
What was the name of the guy that shot Lennon? Was it Mark David Chapman?
Yeah, I think so.
So who was the guy that tried to kill Reagan? Because I always get those two confused.
There's something weird about it.
Does he have 3 names?
I think the ones that have 3 names are only the ones that actually get the kill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, John Wilkes Booth, James Earl Ray. Of course, the guys
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Well, Sirhan. is the exception, but he's also the exception because his first name and his last name are the same name. So you can skip his middle name because that would have been really weird if his name was Sirhan.
Yeah, the dude that shot Reagan was fucking in love with Jodie Foster.
Yeah, because of Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah, that was the movie that inspired him. He was like, okay, if I do the Travis Bickle move, John Hinckley.
But this says John Waymock Hinckley, but nobody ever calls him that. Everybody just calls him John Hinckley.
Okay.
So I think I'm right. You only get the third name if you actually get the confirmed kill, Call of Duty style.
Confirmed kill.
Yeah, if you just attempt to assassinate somebody, you don't get that third name. You don't get that respect.
Well, I was watching Taxi Driver the other day, and it's just such a good movie. You know, it's a feel-good story if you really watch it all the way through. Because it might be the most Hollywood ending of any. Like, it's a fucking noir, you know? Like, it's as dark a fucking movie has ever been made. This man is losing his fucking mind.
Dude, they got some crazy lines in that motherfucker.
That's sure. And then in the end, he's this
Harvey Keitel. Man, that bitch is only 12 years old. Pussy so tight make your dick explode.
Jesus.
Spitting that white boy spitting that pimp gang.
Dude, he was such a good pimp. Yeah. You hated his fucking guts immediately. This was not.
Bitch is only 12 years old. Pussy so tight make your dick explode.
Jesus Christ. And she's like, I'm actually 14, you know? And
with her.
And she's like,
with her same stupid, dumb Southern accent from Silence of the Lambs. Sound like cornbread Clarice. Well, I'm actually 14.
Do you want to make it over here on the sofa? And he's like, no.
Once the cigarette goes out, it's over.
He's like, no. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I just want to sit and talk to you.
I want to help you escape being a fucking prostitute.
That's the guy that would really make her like run out of the room and try and find a cop on the corner.
Yeah.
Help me from this lunatic that doesn't want to fuck my fucking 12-year-old pussy.
It's the weirdest, like, how anybody.
Scorsese, too, in the cab.
Well, but he's in it twice, you know. So he's also sitting on
dropping N-bombs and talking about sticking a 45 up a woman's snatch.
Yeah, well, that's because that scene is not about racism. That scene is about infidelity. And his character is a fucking racist asshole. But that dude hated fucking this guy. He hated this guy for fucking his wife.
He was more just a poor man that was scorned. Always say a woman scorned, you know, a man scorned. Anytime you scorn somebody, it's not going to end up good.
It's not good to scorn
man,
people.
Woman, child, black, white.
Yeah, you just don't want to see a person. Just
try not to scorn people, is what I'm trying to say. Might not end up in your favor.
Well, those fucking homeless people scorned me this fucking morning. I'm sorry, John. I know that story is pretty much over and we've kind of drifted away from it, but I do want to tell you how it ends. I've finished using the bathroom. I clean myself up. I go outside to put some air in my rear tire because it was getting a little low. And the homeless people are still sitting outside, and they're like, "Hey, man, had a lot of fun at your show the other night. Are you really selling that camper next month at the end of the month?" And I was like, "Well, you're goddamn right, I am selling my camper."
Okay. Wait, so after while you went into the Sunoco restroom, they sat outside waiting on you, trying to strike up a deal like they're
For the
like
camper.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, they want to buy the camper from me. He goes, "Her check's $900 a month. That'll cover it, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I only want a few $100s for it. I don't want your entire fucking check." So who thinks that way? Who thinks we're going to get a check for $900 for the two of us to live on for a whole month, and we'll give the whole thing to this guy for a fucking aluminum shack? Like,
Well, they know they're going to have to move it somewhere, right?
well, no, it's not going to be moved somewhere. It's going to be dropped off wherever they want it. Wherever they tell me to.
Either way,
Yeah.
they know they're not staying where you're staying,
Yeah,
right?
no, they know that they're not staying where I'm staying. Yeah. But
I
I'd rather.
thought, Tony was interested in it.
He's never gotten a hold of me. I called him.
Okay.
But, I mean, I think Tony would be
If
more
you're-
interested in buying a camper for himself that's a nice camper.
Yeah, if you're willing to get a few $100s for it, he doesn't need that shit.
I'm wanting to help
I
these
don't know
people
what
not
it
have
looks
to.
like.
Like, it's not even winter yet. It's fucking fall still in Indiana, and these people are living outside.
Yeah, it's pretty much winter.
Yeah. I mean, as far as how it looks.
Well,
and
how
the
much would you get for
temperatures,
scrapping it?
a couple $100. Probably like 275, 300.
Just scrap it. Let them fend for themselves.
Well, here's the thing: is like, I mean, these people had just assaulted me with pussy stink. You know.
You assaulted yourself with your lifestyle. You should have never been in the situation to be assaulted by those two.
And I still couldn't stand the idea of gouging them for the fucking camper. But I'll either give it to them or sell it to them or scrap it, one or the other. I just thought it was funny that they were like I'm in there suffering in this cloud of funk that is just like I said, gag me. And they're outside going, "Boy, when he gets out here, we got to talk to him about that camper." But it's cool. I'm down with the unhoused, you know.
The people without homes.
Yeah. Unhouse of pain, you know.
Yeah, it's funny. Did you see this new bill they passed or they were trying to pass? I don't know if it passed or not. In Colorado, they're trying to get it to where sex offenders, they won't be registered as sex offenders anymore. You have to call them as people who have committed sexual offenses.
That's what sex offender means.
Well, yeah.
They didn't even change
There's-
offenses. They just was like, I think it's better if we.
It's like saying colored people or people of color.
Yeah.
They don't want the negative connotation. But
People.
all it is
It's
reorganizing the words.
The tense, yeah, the tense in the word, the past tense, or in this case, sex
it's
offenders is present tense.
I told
And-
Dad because I texted him the story. I said it's like instead of calling Bill Cosby a rapist, it's a person who has committed rape. So okay, well,
We don't want to be known as the word for what we've done. We want to be known as
a person who has done the deed.
yeah. We want to be known as the definition.
But that's ridiculous. Like, if you're a sex offender, you shouldn't be catered to
At
be
all.
made feel comfortable about anything in your life.
Yeah. You're lucky you weren't beaten to death when we had you locked up.
Yeah.
Count your blessings and shut the fuck up. Why are you even allowed to breathe free air?
You know, chomo, pedo, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the only reason you're able to breathe free air is a fucking a ripple in the tide, a fucking glitch in the system where the punishments for these crimes haven't caught up with what is necessary to keep these people away from fucking victims.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I'm fine with them. If they serve their time, they get out, they do what they need to do, but shit's not meant to be made easy on you after that.
And also, I think your time should have been longer. All their times aren't long enough.
Well, no, I think there is a difference too. I think there should be like tiers or something. Like, you can't lump everybody in the same list. Like, somebody that was drunk and peed within a certain amount of feet of a school, like in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
They could sometimes be charged as a sex offender. You can't lump them into the same group of people that actually penetrate children.
They shouldn't be sex offenders. That should just be public urination.
That's what I mean. It's like, I'm using
that
as an extreme example, but
Yeah.
I'm saying certain offenses are definitely probably worse than others.
I think that you're probably right about that. I would say,
But they all should have bad names attached to them. Like, you shouldn't try and cater to them like you cater to transgenders or pansexuals or all that. I'm more on board with any of that than saying, well, let's try and make the sex offenders feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Let's not use negative connotation when we describe the thing they did.
Yeah, no, there should be a negative connotation to being a rapist. I don't want to be thought of as a rapist so much as someone who has sex with people against their will. You know? Like,
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And it's this whole softening of language. Language needs to be hard when you're talking about something that's fucked up and raw and terrible and brutal. The language should reflect the action.
Yeah.
It's like murder, right? Sure, a lot of people know a murder as a flock of black birds. But it's also a crime people commit where they take another person's life, and there are tiers to that.
Well, that's the thing. You won't call you call him a murderer, not a person who has committed murder.
Exactly. I think everybody's gonna. But what are we gonna? Now there's no
They're
many more.
passing this shit.
There's
Colorado
there's no more.
to give a better name.
Hold
It's
your
like-
mic straight.
Yeah, it's like the fucking Cleveland Indians changed their names to the Cleveland Guardians because they didn't want to be offensive to Native Americans. So we're changing the name of sex offenders to people who have committed sexual offenses.
That's so
They're
much
trying to-
longer.
They're trying to cater to these fucking people that are whipping their dicks out and diddling little kids and shit. They're trying to cater to them like the people we stole all this fucking land from.
Yeah, I don't think either group should be catered to because they both lost in the game of life, and the loser doesn't get to pick the rules for the new game.
Well,
The winner gets to
the
pick the
Native
rules.
Americans stole the land from somebody else. that had it before them too.
Yeah.
They were in on the land stealing type of life.
Yeah.
Like Comanches stole a lot of land and shit from other Indians, Native Americans, whatever you want to call them.
Indigenous
I'll
peoples.
just call them Indians. I don't care anymore. I mean, Cleveland Indians been around forever. They didn't hurt nobody.
Yeah, they were the team that Charlie Sheen was on.
Yeah, dude.
Like, Major League, dude.
Tom Berenger, Corbin Burnson, Wesley Snipes. Need I say more?
Yeah.
The dude from Heat that was the
Hold your mic.
president in the 24. He does the insurance commercial. I can't think of his name. He's in it. Great movies.
Yeah.
Baseball
about the
movies.
Cleveland Indians, you know?
But, as I said, they stole land too. But we brutalized them pretty bad. I don't agree.
I'm not saying
the
that it
Trail
was
of Tears
right.
and shit like that. So
I'm not saying it was
I'm
right,
saying-
but it's over, and they
I'm gonna
don't.
still say Indian probably more than I should, but I'm also gonna say like I ride with Native Americans too. Like I'm on their side because
Fucking A.
the only time I won gambling at casinos is they were always native on
In reservations. That's the only time you ever won.
not they were. I don't think they were actually on reservations, but they were definitely Indian run.
I do pretty good at Caesar's Palace affiliates. I've never been to Caesar's Palace in Vegas. When I was in Vegas, the few times I've been, I went to like the Hard Rock and the MGM and the Chandelier and Old Vegas, the Plaza. So not really. But Caesar's properties throughout the country, I've been to quite a few of those and always done really well.
Well, I think it's. I think our government should have a lot of programs and stuff to help African Americans. I mean, I don't believe in like full like reparations, but I think they should have programs to help them because of what happened to them in the past.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Native Americans.
Yeah.
We fucked them over.
Yeah.
But
I don't like how you keep saying we, because you and I, we
as
just
far
were,
as the country, but that's what I'm saying.
yeah, as a nation.
Think, me and you are responsible for any of it. And, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just trying to be responsible for making people laugh with fart noises.
You need to be responsible for what comes out of your body first and foremost.
Silly songs and
But no,
grunting.
you see what I'm saying though. Just because of what the U.S. government did in the 1800s, 1700s to the Native Americans.
there should be systematic reform to help them. Yeah, of course.
It doesn't, but that doesn't mean that was necessarily the worst thing that ever happened in the world either, because, like I said,
History's a
those
long
Native
time.
Americans were pretty cutthroat when it came to like when the type of stuff that they would do to other tribes.
Yeah, there's this whole
was pretty brutal, dude.
Gypsy Rose fucking
they
hippy
would-
dippy idea of Native American life that has kind of become
They would capture people and take them as slaves, as take the other tribes' women, and the same type of shit that the British would do to the Scots and the Irish.
Yeah.
If they overthrew a tribe, then they would just rule over them. I mean, it's just was the way of the world at that time. It's whoever controlled the resources
Was pretty bad to the people who didn't control them.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get you.
That's what I mean. I'm not against helping people that were forced into bad situations. But well, it's how it is. Like why the U.S. like after the U.S. bombed Japan in World War II, we also did a lot to help rebuild their infrastructure and stuff like that after the war was over.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it helped improve our
That's why Detroit looks
relations.
like bombed out Baghdad, and fucking Hiroshima is like a super city.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Fun fucking stuff. There, that's one for the xenophobes out there. Hey, how about one for you guys? You know, fucking Jesus. No, but I am. It's just funny that you're like, you know, don't get me wrong. You're in favor of social programs for people who need help. That's what you're saying. You just don't have any personal interest in helping people like that shit at Sunoco's, you know? Like those two people from my morning, you're like,
No,
gross, fuck
I was
them.
joking about the
Oh, you weren't. Oh, I thought you were being serious. So,
what, that you shouldn't sell it to them? Yeah, if they can have somewhere they can put it, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as they don't think that.
Dude,
Oh,
that was a joke.
oh, okay. You're like, fuck these dirty
You
bums.
thought
but
I really would.
but I really
say
wish
you
Native
should
Americans
scrap
had a
it?
bigger chunk of the pie. Like,
Did
I don't
you
know.
really think I thought you should scrap it instead of sell it to them?
Well, you see, I'm kind of like one of those people that watch our show and think you're being serious. You know, sometimes I mistake when you're joking for when you're being, because yeah, no, I guess
You're pretty fucking gullible.
yeah, I'm also gullible too.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
As long as you get your money out of it.
That's what I'm saying. I would like to have bought something and sell it at a profit for the one time in my life.
Also,
I've never
those
every single
that
car.
couple that did whatever they did, got awful in that bathroom. Most of what they did, they've done to themselves.
It was a tornado of stink that I've never smelt anything that bad in my fucking life. Never once in my life have I smelled anything.
Gross, man.
It makes my stomach hurt right now thinking about it. And the fact that I made it through all that waiting and almost to the bowl about shit my pants from gagging. Oh man, I kicked that door shut, trapped in the fumes, and fucking my pants were around my ankles in a split second, bro. I was on that bowl because I was like, if you physically react to this noxious gas that is in this room right now, you are going to have wasted all that suffering and struggle to get to your toilet.
Maybe you should just buy a pack of like the biggest Depends that they make and just wear them every day.
The biggest Depends that they make? I'm pretty sure there are fatter old people than me.
Those people just go right in the sheets.
Oh my
They got a hole in their bed. They don't even get out of bed.
They got a
Gilbert Grape's mama.
They got a fucking shit streak like a fucking slip and slide in their bed. Fucking, that's not a very cool wet spot.
They don't move. They just rock back and forth side to side. That's the only movement of the day.
Well, at least the sheet's right there so you can wipe up with it. That's
just to get the chips that fall underneath their side flap.
The sheets of your bed are probably softer than the toilet paper I've been using the last couple months.
No doubt. That's why you got that jug of water.
Well, the jug of water, you got to, and here's the thing: you buy a jug of water,
Dude,
you drink on it for a couple
thing
days.
Of fucking baby wipes, man.
I have them.
Wet wipes.
I just happened to be out at the moment. I left them at our aunt and uncle's house when I went out there to take a shit one time.
Travel baby wipes.
Fuck yeah, I got lots of baby wipes, but
you just don't have them around.
I just didn't have them at the
leave them laying out. I got one pack at Aunt Joe and Uncle Chad's. I got one pack at the Town Tavern.
Up under the sink, bro.
And it's up under the sink. And a drop container that I constructed. Because I can't find a way to shit better than shitting at the Sunoco or in my pants. But I can create storage areas for baby wipes all over town. I got some at the Applebee's, some at the Mexican joint, the Chinese buffet. I got wipes all over town, baby boy.
I've only eaten at the Chinese buffet in Newcastle one time since I've been back in town. It left something to be desired. Let's say that.
Didn't hit like it used to, huh?
Not like it used to, bro. I'd rather go and pay $25 for a dank ass buffet with crab legs and that melted butter and sushi and which I don't know why sushi joints don't just sell that seafood butter with the fucking sushi. If I'm saying like some real American like tourist bullshit right now, fine.
Clarified butter.
Yeah, that shit with some sushi is fantastic, and the only place you can ever get it is one of those dank ass Chinese buffets where they got the crab legs, they got the sushi, they got
all that shit. All that sushi, man, they put so much effort in that shit, they don't want you dunking it in a big fucking bowl of butter, dude.
Why the fuck not?
Because it's like putting fucking ketchup on a steak, dude.
Yeah, well, if ketchup and steak tasted as good as fucking sushi and fucking clarified butter, then I would have to let it pass.
You probably would dip pound cake in clarified butter.
Well, no, because it's too salty.
You probably would take a shot of clarified butter before bed.
But if you get the cinnamon sugar pound cake,
you probably would drink a big gulp of clarified butter with chunks of shrimp and lobster in it.
How big is the straw?
You just guzzle it like a fucking...
Just hit it like a blender and then sip it like soup.
Drink it out of a trough.
That's really, really gross. Now my stomach's really starting to hurt from thinking about all the butter. That's too much butter.
Well, now maybe you'll quit talking about desecrating the long, legendary history of the sashimi guys.
Well, look, I understand that you have respect for chefs of foreign lands and all that stuff, but I personally think that we might have struck gold here in America when these cultures came together out of just the fact that the intelligent Chinese business owners that run these Chinese buffets realize that dumb Americans just will let you lump any and all. That's why they put in these Mongolian grills. They put in the sushi bar.
What I love is
so you're bringing all these great
to whoever like the top, the newest like top most traditional best sushi chef of our time right now. If you went up to him and said, I want you to make me your best roll, and I'm going to dunk every slice into a dish of clarified butter. And I like him to say, and great English say, now I know what it was like when they dropped the bomb.
Is it that offensive? It's as offensive as dropping the atomic bomb on Hiroshima.
So disrespectful.
Or is it Hiroshima? How is the Nagasaki? Nagasaki. We know how to say that. Nagasaki. You never hear anybody go Nagasaki. You know, it's like
Hiroshima.
Yeah,
Americans usually say Hiroshima, but I think it's Hiroshima.
Well, it's a lot better than what we used to call it, which was the target. Target acquired.
Yeah.
Well,
One A and one B.
On that note, I've got family calling me to tell me how much they fucking love my show, and thanks so much for supporting When It Rains It Pours, and for watching Broseanne. Everybody that's watching at home, I really appreciate you and I love you, and everybody being so supportive has meant the world to me. So,
shout out to the Seminole Nation.
Hell yeah, rock and roll.
Come on, guys.